Another magistrate assigned to Winston Jordan case. Walter Rodney gravesite declared a national monument. Police arrest man suspected of killing his wife. And another example of state employees overstepping bounds. I'm Enrico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Magistrate Leron Daly has been assigned to Winston Jordan's misconduct case 6 months after he was charged for the offense. Daly is actually the third magistrate to take the case after Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan and Senior Magistrate Sherdell Isaacs had both recused themselves from hearing the case, both citing possible conflicts of interest. The case has now been transferred to the court and is expected to begin soon. As the finance minister at the time, Jordan signed the vesting order for the sale of state wharf facilities to BK Marine Company, an agreement which had actually been reached under the previous PPP government. As such, Jordan continues to defend his innocence, claiming the charge was an attempt to silence his criticism of the current government. According to British High Commissioner to Guyana, Jane Miller, Guyana is their single largest Caribbean trading partner. She said total trade between the UK and Guyana last year amounted to £560 million sterling, approximately 703 million US dollars, representing 21.6% of all trade between the UK and the Caribbean. Putting the figures into perspective, she added that back in 2011, trade between the two nations totaled around £94 million sterling, approximately 118 million US, meaning that the trade has expanded 6 times over the past decade. One fisherman was killed and 7 others injured yesterday following a deadly bee attack in Onverwacht, West Coast Berbice. The deceased was identified as 71-year-old Winston Rigby. According to the Region 5 RDC, the fishermen were attacked while making their way out to the public road from the Onverwacht seashore. They were on their way to get registered for the $150,000 cash grant for the fishermen. The tomb of the late Dr. Walter Rodney has officially been declared a national monument. The Rodney gravesite and memorial was previously managed collaboratively between the Rodney family and the National Trust. But now that it has been declared a national monument, it falls fully under the administration of the National Trust, and work is currently ongoing to rehabilitate the site. Additionally, the Walter Rodney Memorial on Hadfield Street in Georgetown has also been declared a national monument. Hopefully they'll fix that one too. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale, this is 2016 Suzuki Jimny Sierra 4-wheel drive. It comes with regular and low-range 4-wheel drive, Bluetooth, mag rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $3.4 million. Or pay as low as $700,000 down with around $67,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell Nico sent you for this sweet deal. Today, 29-year-old Devon Mohammed was charged for the murder of 45-year-old shop owner Troy Hick. He was not required to plead to the indictable charge and was remanded to prison until July 14. According to the prosecution, Mohammed and the deceased had a misunderstanding earlier in the day. So when the suspect saw Hicks on Hendrick Street, he chopped him in the head and shoulders with a cutlass. However, Hicks was armed with a dog chain and cutlass and chopped the suspect right back, but in the forehead, hence why he has that bandage. Hicks then fled to a corner shop after a group of men started to pelt him with bricks. He ran only to collapse a short distance away and was declared dead on arrival at the hospital. Yesterday, the body of 93-year-old Carlton King was discovered at his home in Cummings Lodge, Georgetown. The police said that construction workers discovered the dead man lying at his front door at about 4:10 p.m. and contacted the police. The elderly man lived alone. His body showed no marks of violence, and the police do not suspect foul play. Yesterday, 40-year-old Clarence Foley was arrested at a hotel in number 73 Village, Corriverton, Berbice. He was wanted in connection with the killing of his wife, 39-year-old Omega Alt. He was escorted without incident to the Springlands police station where he was placed in custody. The police have yet to announce any charges against him officially. Kanu arrested 3 suspects on Thursday with over 11 kilograms of marijuana and several rounds of ammunition. 47-year-old Raymond Tinnis was busted on the Mahika public road with 9.8 kilos of marijuana in his vehicle. Meanwhile, a married couple, 48-year-old Julian Aaron and 46-year-old Denise Aaron, were arrested with 1.26 kilos of weed, along with 130 rounds of ammo following a raid at Guinea Lane, East Rumpville, Georgetown. For the best crotch in Guyana, wait. That should read, for all size of clutch disc and pressure plates for heavy-duty trucks in Guyana, check out Powered Automotive. Get this and other high-quality truck parts at the lowest prices. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. The GDF and the U.S. Army Southern Command co-hosted the first ever non-commissioned officer jungle symposium in Guyana this week. The symposium began on Wednesday and concluded today, according to a statement from the U.S. Embassy. The event featured participants from several militaries in the region. Participants from the GDF, the U.S. Southern Command Headquarters, the U.S. Army 25th Infantry Division, the U.S. Army South, as well as Colombia, Brazil, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras attended the symposium. Meanwhile, Chile and Argentina joined virtually. Now for today's oil update. While Exxon is making successful discovery after successful discovery in Guyana, they've been facing costly setbacks in neighboring Brazil. According to Bloomberg News, between ExxonMobil and Shell, a total of US $3.6 billion was sunk into failed exploration wells offshore Brazil in the past several years. In the instance of Shell, over the past 3 years, the company has drilled 3 exploration wells and came up dry each time, and the acquisition cost alone for the rights to those 3 blocks came up to US $1 billion. Yes, the government got close to $1 billion just for the privilege of coming up dry. So think about that next time we start auctioning out the next blocks. But anyway, as for Exxon, the 3 wells they've drilled in Brazil since late 2020 are also non-commercial. And again, the government still made money off of this. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is concerning? The ongoing erosion of checks and balances currently going on in these state institutions. One example has occurred at the Local Government Commission recently. APNU parliamentarian Ganesh Mahipal told Kaicha News that the LGC just passed a motion allowing the chairman, Julius Farber, and deputy chairman, Norman Whitaker, to independently make decisions that are the responsibility of the commission as a collective. According to the LCG, the motion was proposed in the interest of administrative expediency, declaring that the once-monthly statutory meeting is insufficient to deal with all matters of the Local Government Commission. However, Mahipal just made the obvious suggestion that if they truly want to increase the efficiency of decision-making by the Commission, just schedule more meetings. He also pointed out that the Constitution says that any powers that you give to the Commission should also be given in some way to the local body organs and not to any specific officer within the Commission. Remember, we should try to devolve the powers to the people and not to just one individual within central government. While it is possible that the move is to make things more efficient, this still greatly increases the likelihood of some misconduct occurring. The collaborative decision-making is not meant to slow things down in government. Rather, it's supposed to act as a form of checks and balances within the system to prevent some level of corruption. Because it's not just one corrupt individual, it has to be all of them being corrupt together. While this is just one such example, this is just one government commission. But it is nevertheless important to remember that often the most corrupt individuals are not the politicians at the top. Rather, it's the middle management civil servants who get away with the most. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Views Poll question of the day. Yesterday, I asked what you feel we should add to the program. Adrian Juman says, please bring back the COVID update. I'm confused by so many posts. Also, we need to bring back the wearing of the mask protocol. Well, I still wear my mask. I don't know about everyone else. And as for the COVID numbers, I can't make you any promises with that because honestly, the government is so sometimes-ish with the times in which they give us this, and I really don't want to have a late broadcast, but we'll see. Our Seaview Farm says, how about feature Student of the Month so we can know what amazing things they're doing? I like that. Also a segment called Halo and Pitchforks, as you critique various businesses or government officers for doing a great job or treating persons badly. You get the idea. I actually love both of those ideas. I think it's great. Name and shame, and also bring some fame to those who are doing well. And finally, Dorana Ryan Singh says, how come you get to badmouth Guyana government and not going to jail? Well, first off, Dorana Ryan, you don't have to yell, I'm right here. And I don't badmouth. I critique and offer solutions. And if I don't know, I'm big enough to admit that I don't. But there are people smart enough who do. And besides, why are you complaining? You didn't say anything when I called Ramshatan so cockeyed he couldn't see how bad the crime rate was. Don't get all sanctimonious now on me. So before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can spend money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now, this is the last time I'm going to ask this question for the year. Are there any changes that you'd like to see in our program? I'm giving you a whole weekend to think about it, and when you do, tell us in the comments below, and if your suggestion is good enough, we'll read it in our next episode, and possibly incorporate it in future ones if it's good enough. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another episode. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying, have a great weekend, and as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Aha! Good night, folks.